So I'm just going to talk you through the generic E1 mechanism, same way as I did for the generic SM1 and SN2 mechanisms. So generic, it means we're just going to write the mechanism that could apply to any substrate. So E, elimination, 1, unimolecular, only one species is involved in the rate determining step. So let's draw out a substrate. Again, this is exactly what you've got on your PowerPoint. I'm just talking you through in real time. So the first step, the rate determining step of the E1 mechanism, is loss of our leaving group. So we're going to draw the arrow, breaking that bond, allowing the leaving group to depart. This is our rate determining step, RDS. That is going to give us a plus at that position, and our leaving group has gone. That took the electrons with it, so it's minus, giving a carbocation. It's planar, as we've seen before. What we're going to get in the second stage is the base. Because it's an elimination reaction, we have a base. That base is going to pull off the hydrogen, and it's going to push the electrons in here to make an alkene. So that's our second step. So that will give us base with the hydrogen. It would give us an alkene, and it will give us the leaving group still there. So obviously we've got other groups on these carbons, or we could have other groups on the carbons, could have other groups here, which would give us substituents on our alkene. But effectively, the key parts of the reaction where we're seeing the bonds breaking and forming in the E1 reaction is loss of the leaving group in the first step, rate determining step to give us a carbocation. We then find that our base will pull off the hydrogen from this carbocation to push the electrons in to make the alkene as our product. And in terms of rate equations, it's E1, so it's unimolecular, so the rate will only depend on one species, and it's just this starter material, so we can call it starter material or substrate, both the same thing. So the substrate is that starting material there. We'll talk about the stereochemistry of these a bit later on, but obviously with alkenes you can get E and Z isomers, and what we find for the E1 reaction is because we form a carbocation which has a finite lifetime, that means that we can get rotation of the bond here around the carbon-carbon bond, which is going to become an alkene, so we actually get a mixture of E and Z alkenes.